listeners. Namaste, Snehal, and great to have you on. And we're just talking about the U visa with Samantha Oberstein in the last segment. So my question to you is, what is the process of applying for a green card now that my U visa is approved? And will my spouse be able to get a green card too on that basis?
Right. This is actually really nice to tie in with Sam's question, right? So now you have your visa application approved, which is great. And you've been in this status for, let's say, a couple of years. You're thinking about adjustment of status, green card. So the thing here is that once you have been approved for U visa status, you have to be in that status for 3 years to be eligible for adjustment of status. And to qualify, you as the principal U1, the person who obtained the U visa and their spouse or derivative beneficiaries, they can all apply for adjustment of status. What you have to show is that you have been continuously physically present in the U.S. for 3 years or more. And typically you would show that through your tax transcripts, your pay slips, utility bills to show, you've been living in the U.S. for the past 3 years continuously, that you are not inadmissible. As Samantha mentioned, if you participated in Nazi persecution, genocide, that would be inadmissible. You also have to show for the adjustment of status that you haven't refused to assist law enforcement in the investigation. So you need to again submit evidence that from the time you filed your U visa application all the way until your adjustment of status, that you have cooperated and complied with law enforcement requests for assistance. And most people don't know that you're required to provide ongoing assistance to law enforcement. So it's important that they be made aware, because U visas take a very long time to get approved. Your case could be in process for 5-6 years. Once you're approved, now you have to maintain U status for at least 3 years before you can apply. And during this whole time, the government, you have to make sure that you are willing to assist them. So the best evidence is to get another certification signed by law enforcement, or maybe a letter from the agency that you have not unreasonably refused to cooperate. And if you can't get anything like that, because as we know, a lot of local polices, prosecutors, state government officials, they're not willing to sign these certifications. And so if you're not able to get that, then sometimes you have to do your own affidavit saying you attempted to assist them and you've kept in contact with them. So it's good to keep in touch with them, be proactive. Another thing that you have to demonstrate when applying for adjustment of status is that it's justified. Your adjustment is justified. So immigration is going to take into account different factors like how long you've been in the U.S., hardship, family ties, because this adjustment of status is discretionary. It's not automatic. So there are things that can hurt your chances of filing for adjustment if you have been arrested, using illegal drugs, not paying your taxes, voting illegally. So, it's really important that you review these things with your attorney when you're possibly considering that. And again, the question related to your spouse, if your spouse was granted derivative status with you when you got your U1 visa, then they also can apply for adjustment. They also have to show they've been continuously living in the U.S. for 3 years. And if they never received the U visa derivative status, because let's say, you got married years later after you submitted your application, they can still qualify, but you have to show that the family member would be subjected to extreme hardship if they couldn't continue to live together. So, it's important, if you have U visa status, apply for adjustment before your status ends. And just another important thing I want to mention is that sometimes you're not given a full 4 years of the U1 approval. So if it is less than that, make sure you file for extension. And as soon as you become eligible for adjustment of status, make sure you apply, because it is completely discretionary. And so the officer making that decision could deny you the green card. So if you have any red flags in your history, definitely consult with us, give us a call, and we'll help you navigate this adjustment process if you have a U visa.
Right. So thank you for that, Snehal. And of course, the good news is you can sort of U-turn your life with the U visa and with the
Exactly.
adjustment. So, and of course, the road to immigration, US or Canadian, is long and arduous, but you don't have to worry because you have the best advocate rooting for you, and that's the NPZ Law Group. So visit them at visaserve.com or just call them today at 201